Welcome to another podcast of the current situation at Manchester United. In this video podcast, I'm going to be talking about Manchester United possibly, possibly looking to terminate Jadon Sancho's contract. This Virgin hasn't played a game since the third, since the beginning of this season, which is back in August, and we're looking at 5 months. We're actually 5 months deep into the season already, and he's had like what, 2 appearances this season. You see me? And he's like our last attacker. Peep this now. He's like our last attacker to score a goal at Old Trafford in the Premier League. That's a lot to take in. And it just goes to show that Manchester United has not been a fortress at home when it comes on to goals and actually performance. Not because of the exile of Jadon Sancho from the squad, but even if he's in the squad, I don't believe that we would have been as effective anyway, because everything I wouldn't have played him. You see me? His main MO was Anthony, Rashford, Garnacho, Marcel would still hold bench, you see me? Because he's been played with injuries. So yeah, man, even if Sancho was in the squad, he wouldn't have been getting much games anyway. So it's very daunting that our attack, whether it's at home or away from home, is very woeful. But anyway, in this video, I'm going to talk about, yes, Manchester United looking to terminate. Dude, this is a very, I'm not even business oriented. I'm not so good with business, you see me? I'm not so good with numbers, but even a dud like me, bro, I know so this is not a good deal, because if you're looking to terminate someone's contract instead of selling him, what are you going to get in return of the removal of Jadon Sancho? What are you going to get? Because it's beneficiary that you sell Jadon Sancho, seeing that everything is staying, and sell him to a club that is interested in his services, get the money. He's English, he's going to have a lot of money. And he's a valuable, even though he hasn't been playing much, he's still a valuable person. He's a valuable player. He's English, he's still young. He has good potential still. He's still a good player, although he hasn't been getting much games. So why not sell him? Why you want to terminate his contract? Because it's going to take money from you, the club, to actually terminate one's contract. The same thing with managers. When you sack a manager, when you terminate the contract of a manager, the manager gets money. So I don't understand. I'm going to get to Jadon Sancho in a second. I don't understand why the club is coming at this angle of terminating a player's contract instead of selling. Let's read what it says here. So Jadon Sancho has now played for Manchester United since August. I've said that, having publicly fallen out with Eric Ten Hag after review or whatever. Since Jadon Sancho has been training, changing, and eating away from the first team with an apology, whatever. So he's 23. My thing is this, bro. I must say this. Hold on. Let me scroll down. Give me a second. It's not a wise decision, and I wouldn't be surprised if this call came from the high execution of Eric Ten Hag. You see me? Where Eric Ten Hag, his hate, his ego gets into the situation and say, man, I don't want to even see this Virgin. I know that he's nowhere near the first team. I want to get this Virgin out of Manchester United ASAP pronto. Dude, that is not the right decision. How is it going to make money for Manchester United? Because Sancho go get the money. If you go terminate his contract, someone's going to get the money. Whether it's his agent or whatever, someone's going to get that money. What is the benefit behind that move for Manchester United as a club? How is terminating a player's contract going to benefit you? Does your hate get into your rational thinking that you want to cut out this Virgin out of Manchester United like he's a cancerous pus? It's not a wise decision, man. And let me get to Sancho. You shouldn't. Let us calm ourselves right now. Jadon Sancho, although he has not been playing, he hasn't been played much for like 2 years now. Why you want to sell this guy? Why do you want to terminate his contract? Is it because of his quote unquote bad attitude? If the brethren believes that he was, he was, he was hung out to dry by the manager because, it was, what you call it? This I can't remember the word right now. But basically, he believes that the manager did him dirty because he mentioned a player that was not involved in the Arsenal game on the 3rd of September. I want to say this brethren didn't train properly. You want to say this brethren was not training at the optimum level that we expect him to train. You want to say that this brethren come late to train, whatever. You want to say this brethren is the main reason why he lost to Arsenal 2-1? You go give up a 1-0 lead, is mean by like the 90th minute, and by full time the game is 2-1 in Arsenal's favour at Emirates Stadium. Is that the reason why you mentioned Jadon Sancho in the first place? Because Jadon Sancho have nothing to do with all us against Arsenal. He's not the manager. He didn't play against Arsenal. So is it why Jadon Sancho was mentioned? If Jadon Sancho's name, I know we went over this, but I'm gonna say this: if Jadon Sancho was brought up in the post press conference, nip it in the bud by say, he's just left out. Just keep it ambiguous like that. Why you want to say, he didn't train as much as he didn't train as he should have. He wasn't putting in the donkey word that I was expecting him to put. Dude, certain players, even if he's okay, let me say this: even if Jadon Sancho didn't train optimally, dude, there are players, and I've went through over this. There are players that didn't need to train, like to the maximum level that they were supposed to, particularly attackers, attacking midfielders, your attackers, your strikers, your wingers, them. They didn't need to be doing all of this training, man. Look at Eden Hazard. I know it's a cliche, but I'm not saying that discipline is not needed in football. Of course, discipline is needed. What I'm saying is that there are certain players that don't need to put in the extra push, the extra shift in training to play well in a match game. If it's not beneficial to how they play, to how they contribute attacking, why is it a big problem in the first place? Why is this talked about in the first place? It don't make no sense. Jadon Sancho is not a Rashford. Jadon Sancho is not one of those players that just runs around without the ball. He's not a pressing type of player. He's not a player that does pressing. Could it be worked out? Could it be worked out? Sure. But if you have Rashford, and I know some persons talk about that Rashford doesn't press that often and he was never a pressing player. Dude, when Rashford was hungrier, you could say in the years of 2017, 2018, 2019, this player would press from the front. Rashford would press from the front. He was he was a very energetic guy without the ball. It's just that when he got this fat pay this contract, that he made contact with, he's like I say, his hunger diminished. His motivation to show his best, whether it's with or without the ball, diminished. He wasn't that hungry player that we saw in 2018. He wasn't that hungry player that we saw in 2016 when he came on the scene. He was that hungry player that came after he got the number 10, and he wasn't, he wasn't pulling up mud trees, but he was doing good. He was doing all right in 2018, 2019. But all of that hunger, to perform, died down. And with Jadon Sancho may not be that type of player. Yeah, man, we have to get deep into this. I know I'm going to get back to the termination and the selling of Jadon Sancho in a second, but we're talking about players right now. And for me personally, I would actually keep Jadon Sancho at Manchester United. Of course, if this manager stays, which I don't want this manager to stay here, but if he's staying here, there's a good chance that Jadon Sancho will leave Manchester United, whether it's on a loan or on a permanent deal, cool. But I do not agree that that his contract should be terminated. What are you terminating his contract for? Why are you terminating his contract? Let me say this. If you want to terminate his contract because of a bad attitude, why not sell the bridging in the first place? Why want to terminate his contract? Because if you are terminating his contract, that tells me that there are some clubs, and this is I'm simply just spitting ball. Yeah? I'm just talking right now. But you know what I'm talking right now. If you're terminating Jadon Sancho's contract, that tells me one of two things. It tells me that there are clubs that are not interested in, which is abysmal. There are clubs that are interested in the services of Jadon Sancho. Or two, you just don't have what it takes to maintain. It looks ugly to you because having a player that is getting 250k per week and he's not getting an ounce of minute, an ounce of second on the football on the football pitch, and he's at home doing whatever he's doing. He's linking his girl, he's playing FIFA, he's spending time with his family, he's going out to party at night, whatever he's doing, it makes you look stupid. Because you as the employer are allowing an employee that you employed at the club to get all of this money per week. He's not getting no game per week, but he's getting paid per week for the game that he's not playing. And in plain sight, it makes you look stupid, man. Is that the reason why you want to terminate his contract? We're going deep into the rabbit hole, bro. This is deep. This is deeper than it actually looks. Is me so let me read this right now. So should an exit route not materialize for the 23-year-old next month, United will allegedly consider severing ties completely rather than attempting to recoup some of their 73 million euros outlay which they signed him for from Dortmund. United want to be more culture focused in their decision making and have allegedly cited Arsenal as an example of a club that has cut ties when required instead of trying to hold out for a fee to improve. Well, I mean, so that means we are looking in our ups way and taking notes and trying to compare notes and say, oh, they terminated the contracts of Pepe. They terminated the contracts of Aubameyang, Lacazette. I think Lacazette was sold. Lacazette, Mesut Ozil. Why are we doing this, man? I thought we were the club to set the example. Why are we looking for examples from our rival club? Why are we? Oh, it's very shiny up in here. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Manchester United, it just goes to show that we are not individuals ourselves. We look the other way. We look over the other fence of the other club to see how they handle situations. It's me. I thought Manchester United was the example in England. Why are we looking at Arsenal's way? Whatever Arsenal did with those players, that is with Arsenal under Arteta. And I big up Arteta. I know it's kind of dark, although it's kind of bright. Oh, it's very bright. I big up it's great. Oh, this one is coming out. I big up Arteta for cutting ties with those players. If he wanted a squad that has players of his liking and he go bin them. I don't have a problem with that. But where I question is the motive behind it. Why you want to get rid of these players? Like I said, Arteta got rid of those players because you could say Aubameyang egos were clashing with Arteta and Aubameyang. But even more so, although I'm no Arsenal fan, but even more so, you could say, I'm gonna remove this curtain, you could say that it's because they didn't suit the style of play that he wanted to portray on the football pitch. That is the motive that Arteta is coming from. Now with Manchester United, the context is different. We're not moving Sancho because he doesn't suit this style of play. Dude, it doesn't matter. Jadon Sancho is not a system player. Jadon Sancho can play in a 4-5-1, in a 4-4-2, in a 4-3-3. It doesn't matter the strategy, it doesn't matter the style of play, it doesn't matter the formation. He can still do up them numbers that he did at Dortmund. He's a type of player. He's a very good player, Jadon Sancho. So it doesn't matter what the motive is. And again, going back to attitude, if you want to get rid of this Bridging because of his poor attitude, to set an example, to make a statement, then you're 3 months late, man. Why are you doing this now? Why are you doing this now? You don't have to terminate his contract to make a point, because they'll go pull money out of your pockets. It's going to be a loss for you, not a profit. How is that going to profit you in the long term of terminating Jadon Sancho's contract? That ain't going to make you look good, man. It's not a very good look. So, anyway, in finishing this video, I want to say that Jadon Sancho, in my opinion, should not, Manchester United should not terminate the contract of Jadon Sancho. Is me. We should hold on to this, brethren. Now, there's a theory that I don't know is very factual, but there's a theory that you notice that Rashford's form has dropped immensely this season. Some players, actually some fans, are of the notion that because of Jadon Sancho's treatment by Erik ten Hag, seeing that Jadon Sancho is close with Rashford, Rashford has deliberately dropped his form because of the treatment of his friend from the manager. No, that's a different topic. I ain't gonna get into that right now. But Jadon Sancho all around, on paper, is our best attacker. Why want to sell our best attacker? Not even sell. Why want to terminate the contract of our best attacker? If the Brethren felt that he was done wrong by the manager in a post-press conference match, in a game that he lost because of his poor tactics, that Sancho don't have nothing to do with that. Why are you talking about Sancho for? And why are you even saying that publicly? So you were expecting Sancho to just take it and not say nothing about it. That's not how it works, man. And because he believed that he was wrongfully ousted, he came out with a statement saying what you read in social media is not true. He was basically saying that Erik ten Hag is a liar. He's a liar, this Erik ten Hag guy. He's a liar. But because Erik ten Hag has by this time, he's going to stay here for a little longer. Like I said, the sacking is inevitable. It is delayed, but it won't be denied in the long term. Wait, it's going to happen at some point. Whether it's next month, hell, it could be this week. It's me. But Sancho in our squad is a very vital and valuable player. And he's very pivotal. He can play number 10. He can play off of the left. He can play off of the right. He can play up top. He can play as off the top. He can play as a false 9. He is very well-rounded. This is one of the most well-rounded players in our squad since we had Alexis Sanchez. And we didn't even use Alexis Sanchez properly. And see, not to go on a long digression, but you look at our attackers throughout the year since 2015. We had Angel Di Maria, we had Memphis Depay, we had Anthony Martial. He had a very fantastic first season, Anthony Martial. We had Romelu Lukaku. We had Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who did well in his first season. Lukaku got 27 goals in his first season. Died off in his second season. In his second season, Zlatan got a long-term injury, so it wasn't the same. And plus, he was getting on anyway. So that didn't really help the cause of him being the player that he once was. You see all those attackers. We had, Falcao, whatever. And you wonder why attackers at Manchester United doesn't, they don't blossom. They don't blossom into the players that they once were at their previous clubs. We can't manage players now. We can't manage the egos of players now. Sancho is not used, is used as a scapegoat by Erting Hag. You see me? He's like one of those hunters, you see me? He's like one of those hunters, man. When you go in the winter season to hunt out deers, you go kill one of the deers and you go put the deer at the front of the hood of the car. So you could say to the world, say, "Oh, I'm a deer hunter. I'm a deer hunter. Don't mess with me. Don't mess me. I'm gonna make a statement out of you. I'm gonna put you at the front of the hood of my car." That is what he did with Jadon Sancho. Everything out. You see me? He hung out. You see me? This bridging to dry, man. And he's sending a wrong message that this he cannot deal, he cannot make amends. Hold on. He cannot hold on. He cannot make amends. He cannot make amends with Jadon Sancho, and they can't come to agreeing terms. He can't. He can't. I know you want to terminate this guy's contract. Hold on. So such decisive action has reportedly been, you guys see me right? Okay. Has been reportedly been greatly admired by United's incoming minority investors, INEOS, who believe it has helped the manager drive positive change and enhance standards at the North London side. Dude, I don't care about what Arsenal is doing. That's not my lane. I'm a Manchester United fan, not a pseudo Manchester United Arsenal fan. I'm looking the other way to see how they go about their business, man. How that go benefit me? Why you want to again, going back to the question, why you want to terminate Jadon Sancho's contract? Hold on, man. Why you want to terminate Jadon Sancho's contract rather than selling him? Again, what is in it for you? How is this going to benefit you as a club? You're terminating a player's contract instead of selling him. Now, again, I'm against both. I don't want to terminate his contract. I don't want to even sell this guy. I want to keep this guy in our squad because, again, he's our best attacker. And I believe that under a proper manager, we'll get the Jadon Sancho that he was when he was at Dortmund. I don't believe we should sell him just to send out a point that, oh, we need to abide by rules and morals and integrity, just like Arsenal, did with Aubameyang, with Ozil, with Pepe. It goes back to motivation. It goes back to context and the intention of it. Again, Arteta got rid of those bridging because he didn't want those bridging to be part of his plans, for one. And I could say for two, if Aubameyang fell out with Arteta. Well, you go say that Sancho doesn't suit the style of play of Erting now. And he's playing Anthony on the right hand side. Anthony's not. I don't believe Sancho would have done any worse than Anthony is doing right now. I don't believe it. I don't believe that Jadon Sancho will be doing any worse than Rashford, whether it's on the right wing or left wing. I don't believe it. I know this guy's exiled, yes, because everything I wants an apology. Yes, like one of them fat girls from high school because they tell her that she's fat, so she wants an apology from you, so you can be close back in her social circle that is non-existent. Yes, it don't make no sense. Why you want an apology for? Again, he felt that he was doing wrong. He was done wrong. And he ousted you for you thinking that, you were the reason, whatever. So what he said, yes, he took down his tweet. You could say that's a compromise he made. He said, alright, boom, I'm take down the tweet. But I'm not sorry. I'm not going back on my word on this. I believe, say, you ousted, man, because you lost against Arsenal and you were in front against Arsenal and you're going to lose the lead against Arsenal at the Arsenal Stadium. I'm not the devils with horn here. I didn't allow you to lose that game against Arsenal. So because he felt that he was done wrong, he failed to apologize. And because he failed to apologize, now we're here. It's me. Jadon Sancho is north. Ertingog is what, northeast. He's somewhere down here, so it's me. They have gone Splitsville. The relationship has not been the same, and it doesn't look like it's going to make amends for both parties. It's me, yeah. It's just like a divorce. It's just like a couple going through a divorce, man. Isn't me? They're not so far, but they're still in contacts because Manchester United, Jadon Sancho is still a Manchester United. Manchester United not only player, but he's a Manchester United employee. At the end of the day, he's still getting paid by Manchester United. Ertingog is the Manchester United's manager, so it's not like they're way over so east and west. No, they're actually in touching distance. It's just that they're in the same boat, looking different direction. That's all. But it just rather confirms the valid assertion, as I wrap up this video, I ain't gonna take long, that Manchester United is incompetent in all circles. Look what they did with Mason Green. I was about to say Mason Greenwood in the summer. Initially, they wanted to keep Mason Greenwood, but because of the influence around them, they didn't want their reputation to be compromised by keeping Mason Greenwood. Them go ask the women football team what's their opinion on keeping Mason Greenwood, and they came out with a statement saying, "Hey, I've been supporting Manchester United all this time, and this is the first time in a long time that I've questioned Manchester United and my loyalty to Manchester United. That if they go keep this pedophile, this brethren, that's not a pedophile, but he assaulted his girlfriend, allegedly, and you keep this guy, then subconsciously you're endorsing what he did. You're endorsing the behavior that he did to his girlfriend. And in essence, that is going to send the wrong message according to these, the women football team of Manchester United, saying, and even female fans, saying that that is the behavior you would expect for any man, whether playing for Manchester United or not, to exhibit against them girlfriend or them significant other. So because of that, Manchester United ousted Mason Greenwood. They didn't. Well, some say they terminated his contract, although some persons say that he's still in contact with Manchester United. It's just that he sent on loan to Getafe in La Liga. You see how Manchester United came at that. They changed their stance with Mason Greenwood because of how they want their reputation to be. When it comes on to Anthony, even during his the case of Anthony and his ex-girlfriend or his ex-fiance, whatever, of assaulting, boxing her or whatever, this brethren still goes getting game time. Why wasn't this same energy for Anthony? Boy, go out Mason Greenwood for over a year, and Anthony's coming back after a couple weeks. He got suspended from the Brazil international side. Why wasn't the same energy for Anthony? This is where we question Manchester United's incompetence, man. They're very incompetent when it comes on to a situation like this. So with Jadon Sancho, it's just another toothpick, man. What are we going to do with Jadon Sancho? You go sell this guy? You go terminate this guy's contract? You go keep this guy? You spend 73 million euros on this guy to sign this guy from Dortmund to Manchester United. Now Manchester United want to terminate this guy's contract? Like and subscribe to the channel. This is me. My brother can go on and on, but dude, I'm not going to be beating no dead horse, man. I ain't go force no dead horse to be drinking no water. Like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any opposed opinion, comments down below. If you agree, then show your agreement in liking this video Or if you disagree, dislike this video. And leave your comments below on why you disagree with the points that were stated. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And with that being said, yeah man, dude, it makes no sense. Again, to me, it makes no sense. You want to sell Jadon Sancho? No, you don't want to sell Jadon. You want to terminate his contract. Why you want to terminate Jadon Sancho's contract? In that context, it would be better to sell Jadon Sancho off, and I don't want neither. I neither don't want Sancho to be sold off. I neither don't want Jadon Sancho to be his contract to be terminated. For me, I want to keep him because I believe that the days of this manager being at Manchester United are numbered. Him being a permanent manager for Manchester United is never gonna happen. He's gonna have his up and coming. You see me? He's gonna have his up and coming. He's gonna be sacked sometime soon. Like and subscribe to the channel. And with that being said, I'll show to you guys in the next video. I might do another video podcast today. I'm just feeling the vibe. I'm actually getting used to this mic. You see me? So I might do another video podcast today. Stick and see for that one. With that being said, our brother is out. Peace.